We've been begging the FAA to put slot controls on Newark for my entire career here at Newark, because the airport, when you have more flights than the FAA can handle at the airport, it leads to delays for customers. This was the structural change needed to really put Newark on a level footing with LaGuardia and JFK, and it's why we just had the most reliable summer in the history of Newark Airport.
How long do you think it's going to take for the perception to change at Newark? You can sit here and throw statistics at me until tea time.
Yeah.
It's the perception.
We've seen essentially a full recovery in booking demand for Newark compared to where we were before. But facts turn into perception. And even for people that don't have that perception yet, we get them to try it once and they have a good experience. They'll try it a second time and realize that they have a good experience. Now, it's still the New York airspace. Newark and LaGuardia and JFK are the most crowded airspace in the world. So it's still not as reliable as the rest of the country. But for the New York airspace, Newark is now every bit as reliable as the other two airports.
There's a new phrase, the K model, in terms of the way demand is looking at the moment, which is to sort of describe, premium traffic is up, if you will, bottom low-cost traffic is dwindling.
Yeah.
Is that what you're experiencing?
I don't think that's really accurate. Premium is up more, but economy cabin is up as well.
But the front of the bus is doing very well.
It is doing very well. Part of what I think has happened is we didn't realize how big the market for better value, better service or good value was, how much bigger the so-called premium market was, until we created premium products. But it's not just the products, created a premium experience, the service, the technology, everything about it. And once you offer that to customers, there are a lot of customers that think that's a better value. They're not just looking for the cheapest price, they're looking for value.
That costs you more to provide it though, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And one of the things you've been, you have put a lot of money at the front of the plane. You're seeing a return on that?
We are, but we put money throughout the entire airplane. If you get on this airplane, go to the last seat in coach, it's going to have beautiful, big seatback entertainment systems. You get the same technology whether you're sitting in the back or up front. Like, we've invested throughout the airplane.
There was a huge fuss earlier in the year over generative AI and pricing and dynamic pricing. Now, look, you've been doing dynamic pricing for decades.
Yeah.
That's not new. But this idea of adding an AI component. So bluntly, are you going to go to individual pricing? It will know that there is a Richard Quest fare because Richard Quest tends to like that seat in that class and he'll pay this much money.
Yeah.
Send.
No, we are not doing that. And by the way, neither is Delta. That's not what their pricing model is doing. Nobody is doing that.
What are you doing? How are you using AI?
So
then
we're using AI throughout the company. I think the best use of AI, the one I'm most excited about at United right now, is using AI to explain delays to customers. My goal is that we get to a point where if you're on a flight that's delayed, pretend that I am on the airplane and I have asked what's the delay about. That we tell every customer exactly what they would tell me. And AI can help us do that.
If we look at the industry at the moment, you're always being asked about consolidation. You've been fairly blunt about Spirit's prospects for the future, which you've sort of rated as somewhere near zero. You've been also quite forthright on American Airlines in Chicago, and indeed about American Airlines generally. At what point, where do you see yourself fitting into all of this now?
I think that being a brand loyal airline is our goal, and that's what works. If you're a brand loyal airline, you have customers that want to fly you because the product is better, the service from our employees is better, the technology, everything is better. And that gives you some immunity to the larger trends.
So where do you position it next 3 to 5 years? So it's a long way out.
Yeah, it is. So I think that the next mission, I don't have the answers yet, but the next mission for us is how do we really compete more effectively on the global stage? Create a great American airline that all Americans can be proud of. And we compete with international carriers who, for good reasons, have various forms of state subsidies. We don't have that, and we don't want it. But I want us to be able to compete. And today, we have a big trade deficit with foreign airlines. 2/3 of the long-haul international seats to and from the United States are foreign-flagged airlines, even though only 40% of the passengers are from international. So we need to get that balance. But we need to help find ways that we can compete more effectively on that global stage. I think the domestic market is what it is, but trying to focus on that global competition is really our mission for the next 3 to 5 years.